looking through texts, how to pull out the best details. That's what we're talking about in this particular episode here. We're looking at annotating in kind of a fun and exciting way. Absolutely love working with these students. And one of the things that we need to teach them is, in 6th grade, this idea of reading a nonfiction text and pulling out the details. Not pulling out too much, but also not pulling out too little. This is a skill we need to develop. If this sounds like something that you want to figure out how to do a little better with your students, stick around. All right, everyone. Those of you that have stuck around, I'm mrmatera. I teach 6th grade world history. Absolutely love it. And we're going to go over an activity that we have up on emc2learning.com. Great place to go learn and figure out all sorts of ways to be student-centered, push those students a little bit with interesting activities that can be done in any classroom. But this one is about pulling out those details. And we're going to, come with me for a sec. Pulling out these key details, what we do is you have what is called look-fors. And in these look-fors, I got important people, I got connections to the present day, important events, we got connections to past unit, we got conflicts, and we have historical advancements. These are the look-fors that I decided. You could pick whatever look-fors make sense for you, your subject, your content, your unit, whatever you want. And on the back of each of these are some traps and some treasures. Let's take a look. Boom. Let's take a look. Here we have some points, 7 positive points, and we have a power-up. Now each of these have different points on them and different power-ups. You can decide and mix and match what power-ups you give, what points you give. What I love is this one. I gave them 7 points. That's pretty big in this game. This means they're starting the game off, this group that selected this, is starting the game with 7 points. And they feel like, sweet, we're winning. Some others have these negative cards that say like -7 points. And they're like, bums, we're losing already. But the reality is, I have placed those based on what's in tonight's reading. And so I know this one that's +7 is really hard to find some of those connections, those important people. This one didn't have a lot of important people. So they're going to have to kind of pull through that and pull as much information as they can. And so you're kind of almost padded their stat a little. The one that's -7 actually means there must be so many in here, you're going to trip over them. And the scores are going to kind of equal out because of it. Then you got these special power-ups. In this case, this one, bling bling, is a diamond in the rough. It lets each of your look-for items that you've pulled out count as 2 points instead of 1 point. So how this worked in my class with my students, and they loved it, they break up into groups, they all selected one of these traps and treasures, they pull it down, and they then with their group are working together to find the look-for that they did in last night's reading. And they're practicing, pulling through, and then writing them out. And then at the end, I go around and I read their annotations, and the ones that match this and did a good job earn them a point, plus the points they have or minus the points they have. Some of the power-ups do a little shuffling, like some of them is now you can trade, like one of the power-ups is you could trade with somebody else. And that doesn't mean they lose the ones they did so far. It means they get to do another look-for, which is so fun because the kids end up like feeling like they're hurting the other group. They're like, it's a lot of player interaction. But the reality is now I have 2 groups that did both important people and connections to the past. I literally got more work out of them. And this is what I love about that playful, gamified class that's inspiring them to do more, that's inspiring them to sort of push the envelope a little bit. And with that pressure of only so much time to do and look, the player interaction, all the while pulling out great annotations. And then you at the end can pull up those annotations, show good ones. You have plenty of examples, talk to each group. There's so much to be had there. A lot of the kids then already have great notes for this next unit. Kids can collate all of these if you want and put them on. Sky's the limit, right? Sky's the limit. But we took what was a basic annotation idea and turned it into an experience, right? This is what we do at EMC2, what we hope you do. But I hope this gives you a flavor of a way to make annotation a little better, a little different. This would work at any grade level. It's great practice in a high school. It's a great introduction in a middle school or an elementary. So definitely, if you're teaching that high school, use this. You're teaching that AP class, have them pull out all sorts of little bits and compare and contrast and show, right? You can change the look for titles. It's awesome. It's epic. And as always, I think you should be bringing those experiences to your students, right? Let's make the time together meaningful. Let's make the time together impactful. Let's not just pass through with just more content, more content, more content. Let's think of building more experiences and experiences. And I think that will move the needle. That's what I got for you today. As always, I would love it if you liked, subscribe to the channel. If you could check out emc2learning.com for all sorts of more activities. I hope to see you around. As always, leave a comment, share your thoughts. Love to hear from you. All right, everybody, take care.